Elon Musk was able to transform Twitter into the town square with a dictator for a mayor that he has long claimed it to be, where decisions are made and followed based on whim and personal or, in this instance, political grievances in less than 2 months. He organized a survey asking people if they thought he should step down as Twitter's CEO, and a clear majority said yes. Whatever he decides, Twitter will always be his property, and the company's mission will stay the same: revive Twitter as a forum and as a business by setting fair rules for everyone, enforcing them consistently, and informing the community when and how that happens. That is, it goes against what Elon Musk has done. If there is anything to be learned from the Musk era at Twitter, it is that the absolute free speech Musk professed to support is unworkable as a tenet. There will always be stuff on social networking platforms that the owners don't want. It may put someone's physical safety in danger, marketers might not want their branding next to it, or the boss might not like it. There are legitimate and fair methods to handle this situation. The billionaire suspended the accounts of many American journalists, capping off weeks of chaotic rulemaking and rule revoking. I could find no proof to back up his assertion that they had posted essentially assassination locations for him and his family. He created a policy to justify blocking the account and then used that same policy to justify blocking reporters who opposed the action. It appears that he was furious because the account had been tweeting public information regarding his private plane. He eventually let many go back. Next, Musk fired people who continually urged consumers to sign up for rival services. Free promotion was suddenly prohibited as well. Both a private business and a public forum, Twitter is both. Any owner has the legal right to rule whatever they like. Owners also have an ethical duty to strike a delicate balance between ensuring free expression and public safety. By only worrying about speech when it pertains to his own speech and safety when it pertains to his own safety, Musk has made a joke of the company. This is a business catastrophe in addition to an ethical failing. Twitter no longer has advertisers. Journalists are among Twitter's most significant users, and many are currently considering quitting the social media site since they can't report openly on one of the richest individuals in the world without running the danger of being expelled. It is unrealistic to anticipate that these firms would create flawless, unchangeable guidelines limiting what users may say and how they can say it in order to regain faith in Twitter or, for that matter, any number of social media platforms. Progressives may prefer less speech restrictions while conservatives favor more. On the boundaries, they may differ in good faith. No terms of service agreement will be broad enough to address every scenario that could arise in the impossibly wide field of interpersonal communication. Prior to Musk, Twitter made an exception to its public interest policy, which gave world leaders more latitude to break the law than regular users. This decision was made based on the content of then-President Donald Trump's tweets as well as the circumstances surrounding the January 6, 2021, uprising at the U.S. Capitol. What matters is that social media businesses make and maintain efforts to uphold fair norms. Given that they manage millions or billions of people saying millions or billions of absurd things every day, these platforms are likely to make mistakes occasionally. What counts is that they are prepared to do it correctly overall based on the public pledges they have made. That begins with something as straightforward as platforms pledging to be transparent. For instance, platforms' contacts with government agencies and campaigns would take place through official channels, and requests would be answered in accordance with accepted norms. It was the first and presumably the only instance in which a US president called for an armed uprising, so these corporations can hardly be criticized for lacking strict standards. However, they can be faulted for having no processes in place for dealing with circumstances that their rules don't readily permit. At each stage of the discussion, it should be obvious which teams are participating and where they should seek for direction, whether it comes from comparable policies or the company's stated principles. The take-down or leave-up dichotomy of content moderation has given way to interventions like labels that provide context for postings, prompts that ask users to rethink their contributions, and algorithms that limit the spread of posts. Platforms should disclose when they use these strategies, including how often, what kinds of material they are used for, and most importantly, why. That implies two things. First, businesses should research and document the effects of their content moderation choices, and second, they should be able to relate those effects to their stated objectives. There won't be anything to guide these platforms if they are trying to do the right thing, and nothing to restrain them if they are not, without regulations that acknowledge the push and pull realities of expression on the internet and a legitimate procedure to apply the laws. Anyways, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out our other videos.